Good morning, Miss Burgess here. We are continuing our study of measurement, but this week we're going to focus on capacity. Sometimes when you learn a new word, if it doesn't have meaning to your life or you have no point of reference, it's easy to forget what those terms mean because they don't mean anything to you. So let's spend a few moments creating some point of references that will help you to remember what the word capacity means. I want you to take a really deep breath and hold it. And now breathe in a little bit more. Hold it a little bit more. Okay, you can let out your breath now. You have just experienced the effects of lung capacity. How much air you can fit into your lungs before you have to exhale and let it all out, or it starts hurting. Another time you've experienced it is if you're playing in the swimming pool and you guys are going to have a competition on who could stay under the water the longest. So you take a great big deep breath to fill your lungs with air, and then you go underwater and see who can last the longest. Another way is if you've ever blown up a balloon. I could keep blowing this until it pops, but it scares me, so I'm not going to do that. But if I blow enough air into this balloon, it's going to eventually pop, because it will have gone over its capacity. It can only hold so much before it overflows or pops. Now I want you to write down this word, capacity, and I want you to write down the definition. It's defined as the maximum amount that something can hold or contain. And you've probably seen these signs, but since you don't know what it meant, you probably just ignored it. But if you've ever been in an elevator, and you might see a sign like this that says, elevator capacity, 2,500 pounds. So you wouldn't want to exceed that. So if you have too many people in there, then the weight would be higher and then there could be a problem. Also, if you've ever been to the movie theater, you might see a sign that says maximum occupancy, which means talking about how many people can fit in there, 282 people. Or you see your carton of eggs in your refrigerator. Only 12 eggs can fit in there. That's the maximum capacity for that egg carton. Not 13 eggs, only 12. All this talking has made me hungry. I'm gonna go get a snack. I think I'm gonna eat my cookies that Reed brought me last night. Oh, but I need some milk. Let me get some milk. I'm gonna just pour me some milk, because you gotta have milk when you have cookies. And, oh, I think I went over the maximum capacity for this glass. So I'm gonna put this down. So when it overflows, that means you've gone past the maximum capacity. You've gone over the limit. It can only hold so much. How much milk do you predict this actually is? Let's see. I'm going to pour it into this, sorta. And I want to see how much milk would fill up that glass. I'm going to set it down. So that tells us that the capacity of this glass is 2 cups. So to review, the definition of capacity is the maximum amount that something can contain or hold. Now last week in measurement we studied length. This week in measurement we are studying capacity of liquids. And just like last week, there are 2 different measuring systems. In America, the most popular is customary or standard measurement. But in most countries around the world, they use a metric system. Why do we even need to know about capacity? Well, it makes your life a whole lot easier when you have a good sense of capacity. When you can know in your mind that a cup would measure small amounts of liquid, and then you would use gallons for larger amounts. If your mom asks you to fill up the blow-up swimming pool for your little sister, are you going to go get a cup or a gallon container to do that? I don't know about you, but I'm picking the biggest unit possible, which would be the gallon, which is going to be so much faster than going back and forth using a cup. If you're going camping with your family and your parents ask you to go pack up the water that you need for the weekend, are you going to go grab a couple of little water bottles from the fridge, or are you going to bring gallons of water? When you understand capacity, you would know to bring gallons. If you're making a dessert for dinner and you need to add some milk, would you go grab a cup or a gallon container? A cup would work best for sure. So since you guys liked the target practice so much last week, we're going to do another one. So let's see how you guys measure up this week. Have fun!